These 6 fans all claim to support Liverpool.
But not all of them are telling the truth.
At least one of them supports Manchester City.
Can they find the fake fan?
Right then, welcome. Should we get started, Bud?
Let's get started with round 1. What's your favourite match between Manchester City and Liverpool?
Mark, do you want to kick us off?
I'd say my favourite one is from last season when we won 1-0 at Anfield. They came to Anfield when we were not doing great that season, and to get a 1-0 win at home when we were struggling to find a rhythm, we thought maybe it kickstarted our season.
Okay. FJ?
I say Mane's last season, when they came to Anfield, I was in the Cop End, and yeah, that was just an unbelievable atmosphere. Mane's last season, I can't forget that the last appearance that he done for against Man City, beautiful.
Lewis?
The 2-1 at the Etihad, that Champions League game, that was the game where it first felt under Klopp like things were moving in the right direction. We were finally looking like we were the team that could compete with City in that fantastic season. Champions League quarterfinals, get through to the semis. That's one of the matches where we started ourselves back on the scene.
So favourite game, probably Wembley, back in February 2019. It was just such an intense game. We did lose, but it was just fun to watch, and I loved being there, the atmosphere and everything.
Yeah, similar to Lewis's, but the 3-0 first leg of that quarter-final. I mean, that was my first time sat in the Kop as well. Yeah, I mean, the atmosphere when the Ox scored that goal from like 30 yards out. Yeah, that 3-0.
So for me, it's the same season, but the same reason. So the 4-3 in the league that year. I think we went 4-1 up in the second half, and we just blew them away.
Okay, so we've learnt a little bit more about each of you. I think it's time for a vote. There's a pen in front of you and a card, of course, as well. Take your time, have a think, and then write down the name of the person who you believe is a fake fan.
So it's time to reveal how you voted. I want to start with Mark.
So I voted FJ. Just his answer wasn't very convincing to me. And also he mentioned Mane when he didn't actually leave last season. It was a few seasons before.
You know how it goes, vice versa. Vice versa. Everyone else's answers sound like so convincing, but they could be copying each other, I don't know. But he's kind of nervous and he's drinking now as well, so I'll go for Mark.
I went for Mark as well. It's literally the first round. It's just he seemed a bit nervous about it. The answer just seemed a bit too touching on like simple things that pretty much everyone knows about. I don't know, it just didn't seem too convincing to me from the off.
So I went for Lewis. Sorry, just had to pick a name first round. Wasn't really sure.
Yeah, I went for Amber because, I mean, in the terms of the game you spoke about, you didn't really give any details. And I think you said we lost as well. So I don't really know why that would be your favourite game if we lost it.
I was very drunk.
That's valid.
I broke my phone.
Fair.
Sorry, I spelled your name wrong, but yeah, I voted for Amber for the same reason. I wouldn't have personally said a game that we lost was my favourite. So yeah.
Right, so we have a tie. 2 votes for Amber, 2 votes for Mark, which means that we have to decide. Now, we obviously don't know.
No idea.
We put some predictions down based on names, but nothing else apart from that. So we've got to decide now between the
Although
two.
based on what they've just discussed, I definitely have an assumption. I don't feel in any way bad for saying Amber just because Noah and Basil pointed out the fact that she got information incorrect.
I think we've got to go with Amber.
I'm so sorry, Amber. Amber, you have been eliminated. Can you stand up and reveal whether you are a true or fake fan?
Okay. Straight out, fifth.
Get out of here.
Fuming. First round, all the way down here, fuming, and out on saying I got wrong information, and it wasn't wrong at all. There wasn't even the reasons. I was dubious about Mark, and I wish I'd chosen him now instead of Lewis, but I just kind of panicked. But Basil, who voted me out, he looks very mank. He doesn't look scouse. He's just got this mank look about him.
All right, guys, so you're welcome. The prize fund is still at £1,000 thanks to me and Jim. So if you do want to split that later, then...
Split between 5, 7.
Because you've really done nothing and we've done everything thus far. So, but there could well still be another Manchester City fan sitting at the table and it's your job to find him.
Let's move on to round 2. Who or what do you hate most about Manchester City?
Bernardo Silva.
That's what I was going to say.
I hate him. All throughout those years, when we were going for the title with City, he'd always have a lot to say in the media about Liverpool.
I mean, I'll say the Chargers. I think that goes without saying. Like, they're still allowed to compete now. Like, there's 115 of them. I mean, I think it doesn't really need more explanation than that.
All
like,
currently alleged.
And how many times did we come second to them? If it now gets proven that they've been cheating all the time, like, fine, even if we get given those titles, like, it's like you don't get the memories of like winning it. Like, so yeah.
I think it's what they've done to football in general. I think the level of individual talent from a lot of players seems to have dipped. It's now everyone wants to play the same football of pass around the back. They all want to play the same style, teams that aren't equipped to do it. And it just shows a massive gulf in quality between teams that should be finding a different way to get the results they need to a team who play the same boring brand of football game in and game out, and just because they've got the money to buy the best players in the world capable of doing it.
Flav, sorry, you look like you wanted to say something.
Yeah, it's a level of bitterness that I appreciate.
I'll say the thing that I hate about City is the Vinny shoot. Vinny don't shoot. And company shot and he scored. We should have won the league that season, but hey, I think that's one of the worst moments of my Man City life, but yeah.
So some glorious moments in Manchester City you're recounting?
No, it's just the moments that it's
This was, of course, the goal against Leicester, wasn't it?
Yeah.
From distance, which pretty much ended Liverpool's hopes. Yeah.
I was thinking Vinicius Junior. I was like, who's Vinny shoot?
no. I said Vinny. He was shouting at Aguero. Vinny, don't shoot. Was it Aguero? Oh, you guys can't remember? Oh yeah.
So, Mark, who or what do you hate most about Man City?
I would say maybe the fans. I think Manchester City stands out, that the fan bases think they're a bigger club than they actually are. They've only recently put themselves in Europe by winning the Champions League, but before last season when they won the Champions League, or the season before I think it was, they were acting like they were that big club already, and they hadn't won a Champions League. And then obviously with the Premier Leagues that we were going up against them, if you cheat, you're gonna have an advantage. I mean, PGMOL, referees.
Allegedly cheated.
No, instead you sort of keep saying the Man City cheating line. Is that a bit easy on a show like this? You can just kind of keep referring
I was
back
in
to
school
that.
for this all, like, as a Liverpool fan, where we come second every single year, and now this has all come out that they've been cheating. Like, I had to take so much from all my mates, like, oh, you bottled the league, this, that, the other, and like, it's not even a fair. It's not a fair fight.
So now that you found a fake fan, the majority of you can decide to end the game. So on 3, if you're confident that there are no more Man City fans, raise your glass. 3, 2, 1.
Fakey from FJ there.
So all of you believe that there is another Manchester City fan at this table?
Yeah.
Wow. Because I don't know. That's fantastic.
Okay, let's find out then. Let's go to a vote.
All right, so pens down. Let's see who you voted for, starting with you, Noah.
I voted for FJ because I thought his answer was a bit sus. He was waffling quite a lot, and then to pick up on the Vinny don't shoot thing, which you were speaking about, I feel like that's sort of quite niche. I think that might be something that only really a City fan would pick up on.
Basil.
Sorry, Lou. I voted for you. Sounded like you just gave a long compliment on City's style of play, which I thought was a bit strange. But it didn't seem like there was any real hatred there. That's the only thing I'd say.
I picked FJ again. The reason is just as the first time, it wasn't very confident with his answer. When he mentioned the Vinny don't shoot. That did stand out to me. Like, I do have a lot of City friends who literally pin that on me as soon as that game is talked about or that season is talked about, and the way he just said it and the way he just cropped up, it just made me suspect him a bit more of being a City fan.
Just due to nerves, he said I was nervous, but I think he's the most nervous on this table. Boom.
So Lewis is the final person to vote. He has a vote against his name. FJ has 2 and Mark has a vote as well. So this is a crucial moment. Lewis, who have you gone for?
I've gone for FJ. There was a couple of bit, I mean, yeah, the Vinny shoot thing could have just been that was the moment you were thinking of, but you said in my City life, which was a bit, I mean, that's a bit of a weird way of phrasing it if it was another team that you're talking about. And
What did I say? My City life?
You said my City life. And
You lot are hearing stuff. I think you lot are hearing stuff.
All right, so that was pretty conclusive. They've made the decision. 3 votes for you, FJ. Can you please stand up and reveal whether you are a real fan or you are a fake fan?
I couldn't believe it. Vinny shoot. Oh, no.
That's
I was convinced he was City. I was convinced he was City.
Hey, whoever's a City fan, you lot are good actors. Don't be wrong, but hey, there's a good actor in there. I don't know who the actor is, but there's a good actor in there. I'm the biggest Liverpool fan. But hey, something gave away. Maybe it's the stumbling of my words. Maybe they just didn't believe what I was saying. Noah's a good actor. Maybe it's him, but the way he's all bubbly, up and jumpy, no nerves, he's a good actor.
All right, boys, disaster. You've lost £200 from the prize pot.
Yes, right. £1,000 down to £800, and I'm in shock, so I need some more information. So we're going to head into round 3. So, what do you respect the most about Man City's success over the last few years?
Nothing, to be honest. Not to give a generic thing, but there's nothing about it that just makes me want to give them respect. Yeah, they've won stuff, but like you said before, it just doesn't have a soul about it. It doesn't actually mean anything when you're able to buy whoever you want for whatever price you want. Haaland, De Bruyne, like back in the day, all these terrific players that have come through, but they've been bought in circumstances which, there's no history to it. As much as you want to say you've won Prems and stuff, it doesn't have the same meaning as when we won a title, or when Arsenal have won titles, or Chelsea did it even under Mourinho back in the day.
I'm going to have to push back a little bit here because the question was, what do you respect the most? So we need to find something here, guys.
I don't have anything, but just for conversation's sake, during the rivalry, and even now that they've had, I've seen a few interviews with some of the players talking about the Arsenal rivalry, and they do hold the Liverpool rivalry in much higher regard. So that's the only thing that I can say that I respect about them.
So you respect them for hating you?
I respect them for respecting us.
I respect that. That is a great word.
Does that mean they respect you, or does that mean they dislike you?
They like the rivalry. Yeah, they enjoyed the rivalry more, which means that they have probably more respect.
Like
for
the sort
us.
of ego boost. Kind
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah.
That so weirdly makes sense.
Yeah.
You know,
It does.
the reason why I respect Jack Wilshere is because he absolutely hates Tottenham. He's the only one. Mark.
I would say the manager, Pep Guardiola. You've got to think about like his whole career before Man City. Like at Barcelona, he built up the La Masia Academy even more so than it already was. He brought in so many good players from that academy. Overall, the manager in the last 10 years, you have to be honest. I know with the allegedly stuff there, it's just alleged at the moment. He is the best manager over the last 10 years.
Klopp.
If you look at trophies, he's better than Klopp.
Is it okay to accept that Pep is better than Klopp? Is that an okay thing to do?
I mean, yeah, I can understand why people would think that, but I just, because he's what, look at his success, you can't deny.
He's won so much more than
Klopp,
Klopp,
you
isn't
can't deny, he's an amazing manager. The City team are a good team, they've won everything, but I just think that because of the budget that he had, because of sort of the context of the club, I think that give Klopp Pep's resources at City, he'd do the same job, if not better. Give Pep Klopp's resources at Liverpool, he would not be able to sort of emulate that.
Okay, guys, so this is the point where we vote to end the game if you want to. If you think that there isn't another City fan at the table, then lift your glass and we'll end the game. Or, if you want to keep playing, leave your glass exactly where it is. 3, 2, 1.
Suspicion is rife.
Convinced. Okay, well, we've got to go to a vote then. Let's find out who is the City fan at the table and if you're correct.
Okay, the votes are in. Basil, kick us off.
I've gone for you, Mark, mate. I just don't think the way you said Pep Guardiola is the best manager of the past 10 years just rolled off your tongue. I think a Liverpool fan would struggle to say that at least.
I've gone Noah. And the reason I've gone Noah is just because his answer just wasn't as convincing as everyone else's. I thought Lewis had a more convincing answer, and so did Basil. So that's why I went with Noah.
I've gone with Basil.
Oh!
It might be just because of the last round, I don't know. But
Yeah.
no,
Retribution.
to be honest, it was more sort of when you were describing it, or like City and all the things that have gone on, you seem to have like a little bit of like a smile to you. Like you were quite sort of, I don't know if that's just you in general, but I don't know. And I was like, he's secret, I feel like he's, I don't know, it's either put on or like you're enjoying talking about something, I don't know.
Basil's trying to not smile now.
Basil, Mark and Noah all have a vote each. Noah, let's see how you voted.
Mark, you did vote for me. So, an eye for an eye. Also, I sense a sort of slight Mancunian accent, which I mean, harsh because, I mean, there's probably loads of Liverpool fans in Manchester, I mean, there are, but yeah, that's basically all I had to go off. Yeah, sorry, mate.
And Noah, your lack of Liverpool accent.
No, I can explain that. I haven't been invited to yet.
Right, after a heated exchange, Mark, you have been voted off. Are you a true fan or a fake fan? We'll know.
You support Liverpool? You support Liverpool?
Yeah, Liverpool.
No!
He's got a tattoo!
Sorry, mate.
Lads, you better have a tattoo.
And I think what maybe threw them off was my Manchester accent, and I'm a Liverpool fan. The way maybe I can come across as well with my accent and the answers I give, it can sound like I don't have a clue what I'm talking about when it comes to Liverpool. But I actually do. Everyone's answers to me were very confident, and the only ones that kind of seemed like it was off was Noah's. He just seemed like he was undercover a City fan.
Right, lads, I'm not sure if you're aware, but you've just lost another true fan, remarkably. And we are down to £600 in the prize pot. Do you want any money or not?
Not good enough. Nowhere near good enough.
That's a very untrustworthy bunch as well, clearly.
Supposed to know your own, you clearly don't. So there's only 3 of you left. We have a 4th round here. So you've now got the opportunity to ask one question to interrogate someone else.
Yeah, so I'll ask Lou. Growing up, who were your favourite 3 Liverpool players?
So number 1, John Arne-Riise. I absolutely love John Arne-Riise as a player. What he did, everything about him, scoring vital goals, Chelsea, Tottenham, sorry Flav, Chelsea in the FA Cup, Man United, all of them, Super Cup. He was fantastic as a player. Suarez number 2. That's 13-14 season in particular was just out of this world watching him do what he did. I think for a period of time, 2-3 years, best striker on the planet. And then the other one is Sami Hyypiä.
Good niche answer there. Yeah.
Lewis, can I ask a question? So there's a famous bit of commentary from a John Arne-Riise goal. Do you know what that piece of commentary is?
Is it Release the Kraken?
It is
Release the Kraken.
Very good, okay. Very good. Who wants to go next?
Basil, I mean, just from the accent, like, why are you a Liverpool fan?
Yeah.
Do
What's
you
the
go
accent
to...
with Noah?
No, I've got my reason. No, as in, I have to ask it.
Because he wants to answer it.
Yeah, exactly. You can ask me that.
Desperate to
Yeah, so I followed my dad who grew up in the Seychelles, a small island, and he grew up in the 70s, and this was when we were obviously kings of Europe, arguably the world. And to be honest, in Seychelles, I don't think anyone had even heard of City back then. So yeah, that's why I'm a Liverpool fan.
So it's for Noah. When did you start supporting Liverpool, and what was the reason for it?
Well, my dad's from Warrington, so he's always been a Liverpool fan. He had a season ticket when he was younger. Then he moved to London, married my mum, Londoner. And he took me to my first game in 2010, I think it was West Brom, home, we won 1-0, Torres scored. Yeah, and then from there, just sort of was indoctrinated in all my cousins, like aunts, uncles, everything. So yeah, that's how I started.
Just didn't pick up any accent from your dad.
No, I mean, I've lived in London all my life. His accent's sort of gone as well, to be honest. It's a shame.
So it's now time for the end game vote. You've found one fake fan, you've lost 2 true fans. That means you're down to £600. If you want to end the game and split the money, raise your glass after 3. 3, 2, 1. Whoa!
It's not Hobie yet.
They're cheesing! Look at all cheesing!
I know, I can
There
tell.
could well
I can
be.
tell.
Whoa, Basil. There could well be a Manchester City fan at the table, and if there is, he takes all of the money and you win nothing at all.
Right, guys, let's do this. Lewis, do you want to stand up and reveal if you are a true Liverpool fan or if you are a Manchester City fan?
Yes, get it.
Okay, Basil, there's been a bit of heat on you. Are you a true Liverpool fan or are you a Manchester City fan? What is that smile saying?
Right, Noah, if you had the wall over all of our eyes all day, stand up, reveal.
Yeah, you better not, mate.
Why don't we make that chance?
How have you done that?
I had like a feeling that was like he's too happy through this. Charge 116.
It was the accent we should have known. Well done, Noah.
That's a nightmare.
Sorry, boys. As we were doing that, I was like, he's too
You know what?
happy.
You played that really well. You played that really well.
I'm buzzing. I mean, I think I played them like a fiddle. I lied about everything. I feel bad. Very nice guys. I feel bad taking the money, but just one more City win over Liverpool. So they should know their own.
I was so convinced at that last 3 that was it. I was like, definitely 200 quid coming over me. Like it is heartbreaking, to be fair, when you think about it like that.
I mean, he's played me like a fiddle, hasn't he? He's all the little comments throughout. Just, I started to trust him, man, and he let me down.
What am I going to do with the money? Probably buy a life-size statue of Pep Guardiola and stick it in my bedroom.
These 8 fans all claim to support Manchester City.
But they're not all telling the truth.
At least one of them supports Manchester United.
Will they find the fake fan?